So you chose him to be the father of your child, even though you knew it was his wife's.
Yes.
It sounds stupid.
What's your mother's name, Mr. Joyce?
Erica Curlin.
Okay. All right. I need all three of y'all to testify. Do y'all swear the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. And Miss Owens, you're 18 or older, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Miss Hatfield, what do we have here?
We have a partial agreement. So I'll read the agreed portions. Parties are in agreement for the child's primary residence to be established in the Dallas and contiguous counties. Parties are in agreement for the child to continue under the government medical plan and for the father to pay $25 a month beginning March 1st, 2025. Father doesn't have a current job, so minimum wage presumption was used to calculate support, and the father doesn't have any other children. Father in agreement to pay court costs as billed. No request for non-disclosure from either party. I'll take testimony at this time. Ms. Joyce, I'm sorry, Ms. Owens, can you state your full name?
Tabitha Owens.
Can you state the name and age of your child?
Kailani Lene Owens Joyce, 1 year old.
When you had your child, did Mr. Joyce sign an acknowledgement of paternity saying that he was the father?
Yes.
Did you hear the agreed portions that I read?
Yes.
Are those parts still your agreements?
Yes.
Do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to accept the agreed portions?
Yes, but can I get supervised visits?
I haven't gotten to that part, ma'am. Just the agreed portions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's talk about the parts that you don't agree on, okay? You're asking to be named sole managing conservator, is that correct?
Yes.
And you do not believe you are able to make decisions jointly with the father, is that correct?
No.
Okay. Are you guys able to communicate at all?
No.
Okay. Has there been family violence between the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. Has the police ever been called?
No.
Okay. I heard you say that you wanted supervised visits, so you're not in agreement with him having a standard possession?
No.
Okay. When you mention supervised visits, what kind of visitation schedule are you looking for?
I'm looking towards weekends, like at a visitation facility.
Okay, so you want maybe 2 to 4 hours at a court-ordered visitation facility,
Yes, ma'am.
maybe every other weekend, first, third, and fifth weekends of the month.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has there been any physical violence with the father and the child?
Not with the father and the child, no.
Just between the two of you?
Yes.
Okay. The state used minimum wage to calculate support at $170. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. You're requesting retroactive child support going back to the child's birth in 2023, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Has the father given you any financial assistance
No, ma'am.
this period? So you're requesting a judgment in the amount of $3,230. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's for the periods of the child's birth, July 2023 through now.
Yes.
Okay. And you're in agreement for him to repay it at $30 a month beginning March 1st, 2025.
Yes.
Would you be in agreement if ordered for you two to communicate through app close?
Yes, that's fine.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right.
Mr. Joyce and Mrs. Joyce?
No, Mr. Joyce and Miss Curlin.
Miss
Curlin?
Call one
Curlin,
of them.
thank
You
you,
can't call
ma'am.
both of them, but just call one of them.
Thank you. Mr. Joyce, Mr. Joyce,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Donell Joyce, okay. Can you state your full name?
Donell Eugene George Jr.
Sir, did you hear the earlier agreed portions that I read?
Yes, ma'am.
Were those earlier agreed portions your agreements?
No, ma'am.
So you're not in agreement with the agreed portions anymore, is that correct?
With my agreed portions of hers.
The portions that you agreed together. Okay,
With how long? I'm confused right now.
that's fine, sir. I'm gonna go through them, okay? Sir, do you have any safety concerns with Ms. Owens having your phone number or address through the court records?
Yes, ma'am. Well, not yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you requesting a non-disclosure?
Yes,
Or non-disclosure of your address or your address and phone number?
both. No,
Okay.
no. Just the address.
Okay.
Just the address was fine.
Mr. Joyce, I need you to answer the question, not your mom.
Okay, sir, when your child Kaylani Owens Joyce was born, did you sign an acknowledgement of paternity stating that you were the father?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in agreement for the mother to designate the Dallas and contiguous counties as the primary areas of residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that you're not currently working?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that you have no other children?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that your child is under the government medical plan?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that you agreed to pay $25 a month
Yes,
for
ma'am.
cash medical beginning March 1st, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true you had previously agreed to pay court costs as billed?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the contested issues. Are you in agreement that there's been family violence between the two of you in the last 2 years?
No, ma'am.
Has there been family violence between y'all?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Judge haven't talked to me yet.
Don't answer for him.
Are you in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're in agreement. Okay. Are you in agreement to supervise visitation at a court-appointed facility?
No, ma'am.
Are you asking for the state standard possession?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you in agreement to supervise visits?
No, ma'am.
Child support's calculated using the low income guidelines since you're a minor is $170 a month. Are you in agreement to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in agreement to pay retroactive child support in the amount of $3,230 for
No,
the
ma'am.
periods of July 2023 through today, February 5th, 2025?
No, ma'am.
Why are you not in agreement to pay retroactive child support?
Because I've been there and done for my child since she's been born.
Okay, so you've been giving financial support to Miss Owens since your child was born?
Yes, ma'am.
How much have you been giving her a month?
I ain't gonna say it been monthly because I ain't been having no job, but I've been doing what I can.
And can you explain how much on average you give her a month? When you do give her money?
When I had that was like around like 250, like $250.
So on average, you give $250 a month?
No, that was just like them little I could say like a month or two.
So in the 2 years, you've given 250 twice?
That's like that's like what I had gave her when I had got that job. That like I've been like buying stuff for like my residents.
So in the past 2 years, you would say you've given the mother $500? Is that accurate?
Nah, not in the past 2 years.
How much would you say you've given the mother financially in the last 2 years?
Around like I don't know, like $1,200.
Sir, do you have any Zelle receipts or Cash App receipts?
No,
Or
but I got receipts from like the stores like I went to.
so this is you've given $1,200, but not to the mother. Is that correct?
Direct like
Sir, if you can face the camera so I can see your face. Thank you. So you are saying you've given her $1,200 in the last 2 years. Is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any receipts, canceled checks, maybe
Yes,
some
ma'am. I got receipts from the stores.
for, for items you bought or money
Yes,
you
ma'am.
gave
For
her?
for the items I bought.
Okay. And you have receipts for all those items?
Not all of the items, but majority of them.
Okay. That's fine. Are you in agreement to repay the retroactive support if it's granted at $30 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Okay, just a couple questions before I finish up. Ms. Owens, I didn't hear you explain why we need supervised visitation. I understand there was alleged family violence between you and Mr. Joyce, but why can Mr. Joyce not have visitation without having it be supervised by a facility?
I want it to be supervised by a facility because he smokes, he pops pills, and I've told them plenty of times, like every time I send her over there, she would come back smelling like smoke and she would be sick. So I would have to take her to the doctor. And it just never changed. That's why I want supervised visits.
Has he just started using drugs, or has he been using drugs since you had a relationship with him?
He's been using drugs.
So you chose him to be the father of your child, even though you knew he was using drugs?
Yes.
It sounds stupid.
Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and make a ruling. Government medical for health insurance, medical support is $25 a month. Court calls bill to Mr. Joyce. There's not been I'm not granting any non-disclosure requests. Child support, Mr. Joyce, is $170 a month. You need to pay that each and every month. The money that you bought for your stuff at your own house, that doesn't count. I don't know how you even think that counts as any financial support to Miss Owens. I'm not saying you didn't buy stuff for your residence. You probably didn't buy it. Your mom probably bought it for you. But that doesn't count, and that doesn't help Miss Owens. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about back child support. How did you help Miss Owens financially? And other than a couple payments here or there, it doesn't sound like you did anything. You buying a crib at your own residence doesn't count. It doesn't help Miss Owens in any way. It helps you and the child, but it doesn't help Miss Owens. And that's what we're talking about. Obviously, you're supposed to buy those things for your own residence too. So as far as retroactive support, I'm gonna do a judgment of $3,000, not the $3,230, but $3,000, because I only really believe you maybe paid $230 or something like that you gave Ms. Owens. So you owe $3,000. You'll owe that at $30 a month until you pay that in full. And as far as visitation, I don't find a need for us to do supervised visitation. Obviously, the child's not supposed to be around anybody that's consuming alcohol or under the influence of a controlled substance. So I'll add that as a mutual injunction. You are not to do that. Hopefully, grandmother will make sure that happens because we don't want the child to develop breathing issues or anything like that while the child is with the father. But that's something y'all chose to do. Put your hand down. That's something y'all chose to do when y'all chose each other to be parents. You chose the person the way they are. Unfortunately, maybe now you're regretting that decision, but there's nothing I can do here. But Mr. Joyce, you are not to be consuming alcohol or drugs or being under the influence when you have your child. That's pretty simple, not that hard. So we're doing I don't have a need for us to do supervised visits. I'm doing a standard visitation order, which means Mr. Joyce has a right to visit on the first, third, and fifth weekends of the month from Friday at 6 until Sunday at 6. Y'all can talk about agreeing to something different if that's something different y'all want to do, but I can't grant that. If y'all want to meet at a place for exchanges, then that's definitely something y'all can talk about. If you don't want to go to each other's residences, but y'all didn't ask for a non-disclosure request. So if you don't find a public place, then Mr. Joyce is going to go to Miss Owens' residence to pick up the child. So if y'all want to talk after court about where y'all want to meet, you might pick a restaurant or a gas station or a store or something like that in your Miss Owens' residence. That would probably be best, so we make sure that we don't have any future issues. All right, y'all are done with court. The Attorney General's office will email you a copy of the order. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.